Tonight on Newswatch, going green and sustainability has gained momentum with two recent stories coming out of Iowa State. We take a closer look at those and how they may change the world.
Ever been tailgating? If not, stay tuned here to find out what people think of the long-standing tradition and what you can find in the tailgating lots of Iowa State.
And this weekend was the annual cyber defense competition. We look at the event itself and show what the competition was all about. All this and more tonight on Newswatch 18. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Larson.
And I'm Natalie Froistad. This weekend, a group of hackers were on campus.
They were here for educational purposes only, not to steal anyone's information, don't worry, as they came for the cyber defense competition. ISU TV's own Brandon Blue and Rachel Begley have more.
This weekend, the 6th annual cyber defense competition was held in the Howe Atrium at Iowa State. This competition features some of the best and brightest technology students at Iowa State University, as well as celebrities in the information assurance field. Students and interested adults joined one of 4 teams: blue, red, green, and white. For this competition, the blue team had to build a series of websites. The red team of professionals attempted to hack the websites. The white team judged, and the green team rated the sites on their user-friendliness. CDC organizer Matthew Sullivan explained that a lot of time and effort went into making this competition run smoothly.
We started right at the end of August, pretty much the very first day of school is when you hit the ground running on this event. So it takes a lot of time to certainly prepare and get ready for. And so it requires planning all your systems, getting all the equipment up and running. For the last week, I have probably been here about 80 or 90 hours.
Matt also explains that the competitions the university holds throughout the year are essential for any student planning to make cyber defense their future.
And I think it's certainly worth my time and worth their time to get involved, and I'm glad that we have people in the industry who are these red team members who are willing to also express that they think it's worth their time to come in and actually try to help these guys learn a little bit more about security.
Team Narwhal, headed by ISU TV's own Zach Heilman, won this year's competition and will be competing in the national competition later this year. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Brandon Blue with Rachel Begley.
This weekend's CDC was sponsored by ISEAGE, that's the Information Student Assurance Group, and that was just the first of 4 cyber defense competitions to be held this school year.
A possible green replacement for asphalt has been discovered, and it was developed here at Iowa State. Created on accident, Christopher Williams, Associate Professor of Civil Construction and Environmental Engineering, was trying to see if adding bio-oil to asphalt would improve the hot and cold weather performance of pavement. His findings soon moved to the Asphalt Materials and Pavements program here at Iowa State and will be demonstrated this fall. His discovery was recently used to pave part of a Des Moines bicycle trail. It is best known as bioasphalt. The city of Des Moines has already stated that they will use bioasphalt in Phase 2 of the Waveland Trail project on the city's northwest side.
Well, new research involving mosquitoes is being conducted here at Iowa State. Researchers in the Department of Entomology are searching for new genes that are turned on during the infection in a type of mosquito that is not only a pest, but transmits disease-causing materials. Lyric Bartholomew, an assistant professor in the department, along with colleagues around the world, have infected the common house mosquito with various pathogens to see what genes are activated in the response. This purpose of research is to see what genes were activated after being infected, which would lead to a broadened knowledge on disease prevention in humans. The common house mosquito has been linked to every West Nile case in the state of Iowa.
The Department of Liberal Arts and Sciences will be putting on the Norman Borlaug Lecture, which will feature the 2 winners of the 2010 World Food Prize, David Beckman and Joe Luck. The lecture will be held tomorrow at 8 p.m. in the sunroom of the Memorial Union. Beckman and Luck will discuss the role of non-governmental organizations combating hunger and poverty around the world. There is no charge for the event. An ISU senior has pushed graduation off in order to conduct research on biodiversity. Emily Zimmerman took on a second major, Global Resource Systems, and chose to study abroad in Rome, and now will present her findings this week in China. She will present her research titled A Review of the Current Status of Agro-Biodiversity Monitoring Systems at the Managing Biodiversity for Sustainable Development Conference at Yunnan Agricultural University in Kunming, China. These conclusions of the research shows that there is currently no system in place to track agricultural crop species in danger of disappearing.
Liz, I can't really complain about the weather this weekend. It feels like summer again. What's going on?
Well, it's been really nice. I know I've heard a lot of people talking about how it's sort of an Indian summer type thing. But it's mostly, there's actually a La Nina that's building off the coast of South America, and it's looking to be one of the strongest in a really long time. So that's definitely helping to keep our temperatures a little warmer than normal. If we take a look at the day planner, we can see that temperatures for tomorrow, hopefully, will be, you can see tonight at midnight around 61, so still pretty nice. 55 at 7 a.m., so you might need a jacket, but it should still be really nice. And by 3 p.m., it'll be about 78 and very light winds, so definitely another nice day on the way. If you stay tuned after the break, though, you can get your full Iowa forecast. Welcome back to Newswatch. We're going to take a look at your Iowa forecast now and see what's kind of going on around the area. You can see 77 currently in Ames, so still a really nice day. I know this weekend's been a little hot, actually. Still very sunny. We might see a chance of clouds later in the week, but if you stick around, we'll take a look at that in a little bit. You can see Ankeny was sitting around 79, 73 up in Fort Dodge, so pretty much 70s for the entire area. And again, this will continue throughout the state. You can see 78 in Des Moines, 77 in Ottumwa, and 77 over in Sioux City. So definitely some really nice, continuing, really summer-like temperatures over the last several days. And for low temperatures even, 47 in Mason City, 57 in Des Moines, definitely not reminiscent of fall temperatures like what you typically think of. Highs today, you can see 81 down in Des Moines, 79 up in Mason City, so pretty much upper 70s, lower 80s again for the entire state. Definitely a lot of summer-like weather, and again, this continues for most of the Midwest. You can see 56 over in Denver, so they're starting to see a little bit of cooler, more fall-like weather, so hopefully that'll move this way soon. I personally kind of am getting a little sick of the hot weather. It's definitely time for some fall. If we look at the national radar, you can actually see there's a little rain band moving through Kansas right now. So we're definitely starting to switch patterns. No more of that, nothing on the radar. That will continue to move through. It shouldn't affect us, but we do have, if we look at forecast rain and clouds, you can see Monday into Tuesday, those clouds will be building in. And Tuesday night, we actually have a chance for some rain. You can see that rain starts to make its way into the state, so definitely something to watch out for as we go into Tuesday night and even into Wednesday. For forecast temperatures, you can see the low for tonight, 57 degrees, so still fairly warm. 50 over in Sioux Falls, so you can see up north is starting to get a little cooler as well. And that will eventually, as the next couple weeks go by, will start to make its way down into our area. Highs for tomorrow around 74, 75 degrees. You can see 63 up in Rochester, Minnesota, and 61 over in Sioux Falls. So still very summer-like temperatures, not quite getting into those fall temperatures. For tonight, you can see 52 degrees, northwest winds around 5 to 10, so again, really nice. That wind won't be bothering us. For tomorrow, still very warm, 80 degrees, northwest winds around 5 to 10 miles an hour. So again, as we go into the 5-day, you can see 80 for Monday, 77 for Tuesday with that chance of rain, and then as we go later into the week, you can see 68 for the high on Wednesday, and it'll gradually start to decrease, but then we'll pick it up again Friday with a high of 73.
Thanks, Liz. A Clean Energy Walk will be taking place tomorrow on campus.
Active Us will be hosting the walk around the Iowa State University coal power plant at 11:45 tomorrow, which will be followed by a press conference with students and faculty outside of Beardshear at 12:30. The coal plant has been the target for many clean energy initiatives at Iowa State. The event is sponsored by 350.org.
Coming up after the break, Erin Karonis joins us on the desk to give us an update on a really rough weekend in ISU athletics.
Stay tuned. You're watching Newswatch 18.
It's been a rough week for Cyclones athletics. I'm Erin Karonis with the Newswatch Sports. We start with the 10th-ranked ISU volleyball team as they lost its first match against unranked opponent since 2008 on Saturday, falling to Kansas 3-1. Victoria Henson tied her season high with 22 kills, and Carly Jensen was just one short of her season record with 16 digs, but it just wasn't enough for the win. The Cyclones struggled, dropping the first 2 sets while hitting only 182 and 261. Although coming back and taking the third set, they ultimately fell 20-17. They'll look to rebound this Wednesday at home against Kansas State. The hurt doesn't stop for Iowa State as the women's soccer team fell to the University of Nebraska in Lincoln Friday night. The Cornhuskers scored on the Cyclones in the 28th and 32nd minute. ISU's Emily Goldstein scored the Cyclones' lone goal at the 38th minute mark to put the Cyclones within 1 goal at halftime. Although down 2-1 in the second half, the Huskers scored 2 more goals in the 74th and 78th minutes. Efforts to come back were made more difficult when Cyclones' Caitlin Gobrowski was sent off in the 81st minute after receiving a red card, eventually falling 4-1. Freshman Maddie Jobe played the full 90 minutes in goal and made 7 saves. The Cyclones were outshot 25-11. They'll attempt to get back on track their next match against Colorado. And you know it's a bad weekend when the Iowa State football team gives up 600 yards of offense, 168 yards on kick returns, and 156 yards on punt returns. The number 10 Utah Utes were unstoppable last night as they came into Ames and physically dominated the Cyclones, handing them one of the most lopsided games in Paul Rhodes' era, 68-27. It looked promising early for the Iowa State Cyclones, taking 14-10 lead into the second quarter, but then went quite literally downhill as the Utes showed off their speed, strength, and efficiency in all aspects of the game. Not helping the matters was that Iowa State was 0 for 11 on third down conversions, forcing 9 punts. The Cyclones looked lost throughout the game, and immediately after the game, Coach Paul Rhodes left the field looking very defeated and perplexed. The road for the Cyclones did not get any easier as they faced University of Oklahoma, in Norman, and take on who is ranked number 6. The kickoff is set for 6 p.m.
That was a pretty bad game, Erin, but before the game on Saturday, students were able to enjoy tailgating on the beautiful day outside of Jack Trice Stadium. Here you'll see Luke Monet enjoying weather by playing a game of Polish horseshoes with his friends.
Polish horseshoes, it's basically 2 poles with a beer bottle on top of them. You have 2 teams. The teammates stand next to each other, unlike bags or another game. But if you hit the beer bottle, if it falls to the ground, you get 2 points. And when the frisbee falls to the ground, you get 1 point. So the objective of the game is to either hit the beer bottle or the pole for the other team not to catch them, and then you get points. It's a lot of fun.
So we've got this evening on Newswatch 18. Thanks for joining us. Catch us again on Tuesday night at 6:30.